going to start on Armory Locker's Archives, you have to.
Yeah, it is the standard bomb site, and that's what Fontt are going to go for. They're starting up on the defense. Nothing out of the ordinary. This is extremely normal, really, for your composition for the team, the Val, the Bandit, the Mirror, the Smoke, and the Jaeger. And in the opposing side of Team Penta Sports, they're going to be bringing... this is a setup that works very well if they're trying to push from our west side.
And that's the thing, is it's a pretty flexible setup, but yeah, definitely the balcony. I mean, obviously you have the Buck there, great for attacking underneath. We see that a lot, and sometimes even used to counter the Mira, try and open up those windows, but definitely going to be used to open up that floor, maybe even behind the half wall.
But what do you think about CCTV control in this point?
I think it depends on how much they want to focus on attacking the downstairs and controlling that versus the CCTV. Obviously, controlling CCTV is always worth doing if you could pull it off, but you're going to need a drone. See if you're fighting two people in CCTV. That becomes a lot harder, especially if they've got good counter positioning from those windows.
What I really would like to see is a line of sight that would be set up by the mirror walls, because cameraman has not used his mirrors just yet.
No, he looks a little lost in terms of not even getting his reinforcements up yet, possibly.
Fabian actually going for a quick spray at the top. This will open up.
Oh,
here we go.
The early pick.
Taking out Pengu early on. Pengu going for the Ash. We usually see him going for the Blackbeard in the Pro League season, and that was a quick peek, but Fabian is going to answer back. Yeah, Astro, now the Jaeger has been removed.
This is something we saw Avian doing quite a bit during the Pro League season as well. Getting people doing those rotations up there from that far angle is becoming more and more common because, as you see, it works quite well. People get overconfident on that run out.
The only problem is that if you're trying to set up, it takes you a bit more time to get back into position, but being able to trade off the one-to-one makes it a lot safer moving up here.
This is a great way to start this off as well with a one-for-one trade this early.
Yeah, and I'm not sure, Moringa opening up the first off doorway. I'm not too sure why that was done on the west side. And the mirror wall is going to be set as well in the desk area, pretty standard. Not too sure where the set. Okay, there we go. So cameraman's going to have a full line of sight, I believe, through the fountain area. If it is open, that's where he's looking. At least has control of the hallway.
Opening up the wall there to get that set up. And now we see Junis getting ready to peek that as well. He's going to possibly try and open up that mirror window with those X-Kairos, but he's got to find the right time to do so. And there might be batteries on there as well. Going to make it hard to do so without any kind of Thatcher to do anything about it.
And I think I saw a bit of a shock bit at the end. Means that it is electrified, so the problem is they don't have a Thatcher really to deal with this.
Well, it looks like they went for the Buck on offices instead of taking the downstairs, so they do want to do this pinch. This is a great pinch if you can pull it off, because they have taken control of office with basically no opposition. Usually that wall to KS's left is where you often see a mirror window, but no such thing this time. They're really focused on the hallway.
They're really focused on A site, really, and just relying on the CCTV mirror to have line of sight into Fountain and into the office area.
Now, something we don't see from Penta on attack here is a Blackbeard, something we see a lot of times, especially in North America, fighting on that AC window there. But instead, we see the Twitch there from Fabian trying to do some damage and not finding anyone. Now, obviously, the Blackbeard a little bit safer to peek, or even a glass to be able to open up a lot of the wall, but he is getting reinforcements, it looks like, from Thermite. So we may see an attack onto that window.
I'm not too sure where Goga is setting himself up here. There we go.
There we go. They've already gotten in.
There we go. He gets in. He has help of Fabian. We're just going to be spraying down with his FAMAS. Just trying to get a quick pick. Oh, here we go. Oh, C4 is not going to hit, but Moringa will get the kill on Fabian, and another one as well on KS. Goes in for the third. Moringa with the 3K, and Jonas is left all on his own on the Habana. But remember, this bomb has been planted. Gohan, though, from the side, runs all the way around from the balcony, gets the ping on the Habana, and cleans him up.
Just bashing that laptop for the win.
Jumping in the Claymore. At least Fabian gets a kill at the end of the round.
That was very generous of him after taking that 3K to give him one. Make him feel better about the diffuser getting smacked to death there. So great first round from Fontt. Really looked like the trades going back and forth could be anyone's game, but once the actual rubber hit the road and they got inside, they gave up a lot of territory to them. They let them come in the offices. They let them jump in that B window. But when bullets came down to it, they just decimated them, especially Moringa with that 3K.
Yeah, I think they wanted Penta to feel safe going into the site. It's like, oh, why is nobody retaliating? Well, they're actually ready for you.
They were crossfire and getting set up. We are going to go downstairs, surprisingly, for their first bomb site.
Okay.
So this is an interesting choice. Usually, like we said earlier,
they always
upstairs,
go for armory, yeah.
Absolutely, because it's a great bomb site. As we saw, Fontt defended it just fine. But Penta obviously want to throw them off. But I don't feel like the way that Fontt plays, their operator selections change up all that much. for the bomb site, so I don't think you're going to throw them off a huge amount.
But what's the key to holding this lower site?
The key is to split 3 people upstairs, because 2 people tends to get crossed on, whereas 3 people actually tends to take off more of the attackers and the attackers take off of them, plus the ability to rotate back to site if anyone lives through it.
Yeah.
So I think that split, and then having really good site players downstairs, like the castle you see, for example, or even a pulse, very vital to holding that site.
Yeah, and they also, as you're saying, you know, you can rotate, use the hatches in desk area, for example, to just drop down and reinforce if needed on the site. The castle is actually a really good pick because it forces the attackers to use up as much of their utility as possible.
Or at least time if they're going to melee it.
Yeah, exactly. Because the entire site is reinforced.
Yeah.
So good luck getting in there. And even if you get in, you don't really have a lot of space to maneuver in those tight angles.
Yeah, and that's why we see them using those castles to really control the flow of the map so it works in their favor downstairs, and that's exactly what they're going to be doing. We see those 3 people upstairs. This is important. They need to hold this, the armory lockers similar to how they would if that was their bomb site, but with the option to fall back and give it up if they start taking too much damage. And they're speaking of too much damage. Astro taking low.
Oh, here we go. Mav with a headshot.
Pengu first to go again. He is just... I mean, Pengu's a fantastic player.
Yeah.
Don't take this any bash against him. But so far this LAN event, he has really been dropping first a lot. And it's just not been paying off for him. But losing a smoke player early on means a lot of extra time for Fontt to attack here.
So. Yeah, they don't really have to worry about the smokes being thrown into the hatches or into the actual doorways leading into the lower area here. So Astra's going to take control of the stairs. Moringa still droning in. Goga is watching right behind here. Just there we go. So Armory is gonna get pressured by Fontt, who need to take control of this, need to at least push the roamers away before they can set up to go on site.
Now it looks like if they could take control more of the east side, they could push for a pinch here, but I think they may not be sure what the east side holds in store, so they haven't taken full control of it to get that pinch.
Yeah, here we go. At least the west side, lower side, 3 players are already set up.
Oh, they're going for the site.
Moringa is going to be watching from top hatch. It's a pretty good angle to watch for any players that are trying to get a bit too aggressive and use the flanks against your teammates on the attack. And Moringa is just checking through the customs area here. Not going to find a pick. A minute remaining, but remember the smoke's been eliminated, and that was the first kill, so they can't really... PENTA Sports can't really delay that often unless you count in Fabian's castle walls.
And Fabian has already taken about 50% damage as well, so they are very weak downstairs, and that's the thing is Junis and Goga being trapped upstairs here, having to potentially rotate down hatches is very dangerous if they do it after site control has been given to Fontt. And there we go. Finally a pick back there from Junis.
This is perfect from Junis. They tried to push out the armory, but it didn't work out at all, and he's still in the desk. KS will spray in and get 1 headshot clear on a Gohan. At least eliminate him. Ooh. Fabian with 1 more. Hibana, the Ash, and the Twitch now eliminated, but finally Moringa is able to get 1 of his own. Fabian is still alive. It's a 3v2 situation for PENTA.
Here goes
with
Fabian's
10 seconds.
try.
Yeah, they have to push right here, right now. Mac jumps in. Sprays takes down Fabian, but he's got to reload this Mac. And here we go. Goes for the diffuser. KS is ready. Sprays 1, sprays 2, and the German local clutches the round for PENTA Sports.
How many times did we say that yesterday as well? Cast always there in the very end to make sure that last kill comes down. A very reliable player, and it's working out for them. But Fabian did a fantastic job holding off that B side as long as he possibly could, and I think that was the key there because his other players like Junis were able to get those kills while they stopped site from getting totally controlled. But what surprises me is Fontt didn't come from the bathroom side, and generally that's how you take that site. You don't come in that window, and as you saw what happened there, having to run outside, get the diffuser, Cass knew exactly where he's coming back in at because he didn't have enough time to rotate.
And the big problem is that since they didn't take control of bathrooms and they didn't have armory control, Junis was able to just fire at them from above, from the hatch, and they cleaned up anybody that wanted to rush through there and gave info to Fabian.
Yeah, absolutely. But we're actually going to play custom, surprisingly, this time. So surprise after surprise of bomb sites here. Now, they did win upstairs, I believe, so they did have to go down, which means they would have to choose a secondary bomb site. Now, usually you'd see the bomb site we just saw as a secondary, but obviously the Brazilians have plenty of options up their sleeve when it comes to border, and so we're going to see how custom works out from. Not as bad as Bathroom Teller, but definitely a difficult site because of all the exposure to the outside, and the way the flow works can work against the defenders.
Oh, Fabian up top on the board, but now they have to crash through this. Now, I'm pretty sure that taking control of CCTV on this kind of defense is essential.
Oh, absolutely.
Losing it losing, and you just drop down. You have line of sight through the hatches on everybody below. And Fabian's going to do exactly the same thing. Get on the tower, spray in, and maybe try to catch somebody off, or at least open up these windows.
And that's part of the problem with this site is all the exposure to the floor above. That's a big thing you're going to see. Moringa and Cameraman need to hold this. Astro helping as well. But they did finally bring that Blackbeard we're talking about now. Pengu, well known for his Blackbeard, much better than his Ashe. Let's be honest.
He's a pretty good Ashe, but that's when he plays casual.
Yeah.
I'm not too sure.
Yeah, this is not casual anymore. And it has been a little too casual how often he's been dying as Ashe.
Yeah.
His Blackbeard, though, fantastic. And I expect this to be a much better round for him.
Yeah. Now, again, the Blackbeard doesn't have a ton of ammo to play around with, so spending pretty much their entire mag taking down a...
You might get a lucky wall bang.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Could be worth it.
Because of the penetrative power, again, in Rainbow Six Siege, every bullet caliber has its own penetration.
And that's a heck of a bullet on that gun.
Yes, that is a Mark 17 Scar H. I'm Belgian. I know what these look like all day, and it's absolutely insane seeing these in here in Pengu's hands.
So
now,
they took control of Office very quickly here. No resistance.
They realize what's going on, so they're going to try to push through into Fountain, but that's exactly what Fontt wants them to do because they have line of sight completely on this area.
Yeah, and they've definitely spread themselves completely on the west side. So if they get a good crossfire from the other side, Fabian coming up to do just that, this may be what hurts them here in the end as long as they can keep pressure on from the east. The site has only got one defender, and there it starts to fall.
Yeah, Fabian with the first pick on map, taking down the smoke. And this is pretty good because within the next 20 seconds is when usually you would see the smoke really getting into action. Cameraman with a quick peek, though, taking down Pengu from the hatch below.
Nicely played.
Oh, Astro might come on from behind them. I'm pretty sure they have no clue where he is here. Yuna's taking Cameraman, and KS scores for droning as Astro tries to move in. They don't know where he's at. Here we go. Gets the info. Gohan with the C4 on KS. 2 remaining. Goga, though, stepping up, getting the kill on Moringa. It's a 2v2 with 50 seconds remaining. Definitely doable for the attackers here. But Yunas gets sprayed down. Oh, no, Goga! Are you kidding me? He saves the day for Gohan. More time for Astro. Comes in for the spray. He pulls back, wasn't able to spray through them.
Nice try, though. That's definitely going to put a lot of pressure on Astro, though. But if you're going to have anyone left, Astro's the man to have left alive here.
Exactly. Sprays in, but no! Headshot! Goga with the 3K! Fantastic. We've criticized Goga for even in the past Pro League finals that he wasn't really stepping up that much on the fragging play. He always plays a really solid thermite, but not much when it comes to getting the kills. And here, clutch situation, you know what? Goga, the Spaniard, can do it.
And he got dropped and then just barely picked back up, and that was exactly what they needed. Fantastic plays by Penta. We're seeing maybe when it comes to the top floor, they're having a little more trouble. When it comes to fighting down on the bottom, that's where they seem to shine, and attacking that or defending it. So where are we going to go this time? Back to customs again, but so Penta pulling that out this time. Are they just allergic to Armory Locker's archives, deciding to play just the off stuff so that it's not as predictable?
This is Season 2, Season 3 all over again.
Yeah, no, this is the new Season 3 meta, right? It's no more Armory Locker's archives. So, but it is great to see all these ideas fleshed out on the center stage here for everyone to get great inspiration for Season 3, what to do different.
Because it's not like both teams here, Penta and Fontt, have no idea how to attack this or defend it. They've been practicing these things for the past few weeks, and they know what's going on. They have an idea and have practiced exactly where to reinforce, where to have your line of sight, which hatches to have open or reinforced, so they can drop down. So in here, we're going to see even using the castle to open up the side of the walls here.
They opened up the hatch on the floor as well, and that might be something that could be used against them if they lose control of this room.
Yeah, and Pengu even opening up a few of the floorboards so they can look down if needed, and this basically gives you a line of sight into the outside if they try to rush in through the window.
Absolutely, and that's one of the great things about Border is using the top floor to aim down to the bottom floor and control doorways.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of doorways exposed to the above, and that's something we see with Teller bathrooms, which we rarely see as a bomb site, but that is a great way to defend that as well. So I think the vertical play on this map has really evolved, and we're going to see some great footage of it here. It looks like they're attacking the top, though, not working their way from the bottom, so maybe they won't get the advantages of this. But they don't think they want to take control of that room yet.
He knows now that the bomb carrier, or the diffuser carrier, aka the Hawana here cameraman, has moved all the way up top. Moringa's going to set the Claymore in a pretty standard spot by the east stairs. Now he peeks, sees that the mirror wall is set up, and that's Goga right behind it. it's very interesting seeing the Pulse even sitting behind the mirror wall, because here he can cover everything around him.
Yeah, he's going to be able to see with his own eyes as well as his heartbeat sensor and get some great intel for his team. He's just got to have the communication to get his team to act on it.
Astro up top. Ooh. Gohan, though, here we go. Nails the first one with a headshot on Fabian.
Well, that gives him more time to call things out for his team, right?
Indeed, actually, because that is very much how they function with the callouts. And Jonas has a perfect point of view here. That was a callout set, actually, from Fabian. And Jonas sees that they're droning, comes in right from behind, sprays down Mav. Now he knows that the second one is here, but will he be able to win the 1v1? Goes in for Astro, sprays him down, and Jonas left the 2-0 in Katowice as he comes in and gets the 2. KS as well with the headshot on Gohan. Goga with one more on cameraman. Moringa with the 1v1 Jonas again. Just off of tiny bit of info from Fabian.
That's what I mean. He was dead,
completely collapsed.
But totally effective. And I think, I mean, obviously these guys are well known for having great communication, working together well, and having the ability to adapt on the fly. You saw that just collapse at the end. I think we saw pretty much all 5 deaths within a good 20 to 30 seconds, and it was beautiful play by these guys. So I am looking forward to hopefully Fontt coming back a little bit in on this. Is that's dangerously close to match point now.
Yeah, because now Penta showed that we can attack it. You know, we attack, we defense, but you know, most importantly, we win all gunfights.
Yeah.
Like the new memes of 2017.
Yeah. And Pengu bringing out that Blackbeard again shows that they've realized that maybe the Ashe play just is not working out, at least on border for him. So they're definitely adapting. I expect to see some more great play from Cass on that Buck. We've seen him do really well with that, even when he's not getting the kills. So I expect this to be potentially another great round for them. Although it is Armory Lockers Archives again, something that we said Penta aren't touching. Fontt are more than happy to continue with it, though. They just had to switch because they won it. So, Penta have not successfully attacked this site. I imagine they may adjust a little bit this time. Last time they were baited into it by giving offices very easily. Now maybe this time they'll focus a little bit more on taking control of CCTV and get a bit more of a pinch going on so that they can't focus on office with all those crossfire traps.
Now, one camera has already been set up here. Second one by the Ducks in the main lobby. Just making sure they have a beat on lower side control on the ground floor, because Penta have been able to take control of it very, very easily. And through that, they can... Oh, here we go. Fabian just checking everything. He knows exactly where these things are set.
Now it looks like they could be going for offices to take again, because the Buck is over there on the east side. Usually going to be there to open up the wall, something we've seen a lot of yesterday and today. So I expect they'll be setting up for that. No one really on the west side, though, and I think that's probably a mistake for this attack here, just because Gohan going to be able to sit over there on his cameras that he set up, making out callouts for his team and getting ready to come in at the last second. Cameraman as well, using that, controlling that hallway, and that is the problem is if they cannot take CCTV, it's much, much harder to take out cameraman there. Yeah. And they're just not putting any pressure on the west side.
Pengu's still using the ledge here, as we saw yesterday, to jump on in and gain control of the customs area, basically your ventilation area. And here he can just peek into the armory.
This is the Blackbeard spot we were talking about before.
This is like 101 had a Blackbeard on border.
Absolutely.
This is where you sit, because you have complete cover from basically all the sides unless they jump in.
You just have to watch out for C4 throws. That's the big thing, is you back up behind that AC unit, and that's great for cover on that as well.
And speaking of C4 throws, we've seen a lot of really good one from Julian BRK, but not really anything like that with Team Fontt so far.
And that's what's unfortunate, is both their main C4 throwers, the Valkyrie and the Mira, are in CCTV where they have nowhere to throw those C4s. So they're not going to be very effective unless they rotate around. But Pengu getting taken down early is not going to be great yet again. Unfortunately, even when he switched operators, that is a lot of the coverage of that site down. But Fabian's going to rotate to cover it.
Oh, Astro spot. Whoa, whoa, Fabian, what? Sprays him and actually downs him. Wasn't able to get the kill. In the meantime, Kai's is going to be able to get one kill, waiting for Gohan here. He's going to get shot down. Well done, Gohan, in control.
So 2 down on either side.
Yeah, 3v3, but the smoke's been taken out. Gohan will get one more. That's the Twitch now taken out, and is on to Goga and Jonas yet again.
Now, they've been showing up pretty well on this map so far, so I definitely think this is within the realm of possibility. But they've got to play this smart.
Ooh, Gohan trying to go for a quick peek here against Goga.
This is where C4 could come out.
That's what Goga's trying to bait really in that spot. It's like, throw the C4 because you either die or you can't hit really much. Oh, Jonas gonna fill in this, and Gohan will get one. Gohan with the second, answers back.
I think that might have been a 3K for him that round. I'm not sure, but he definitely came alive there at the end. Oh, yeah, we're going for that plant too, and he knew it.
Oh my God, he was baiting. It's like, come in, come in. I'm waiting for you. I have C4. I can throw it from the open side. I mean, this is exactly what Ranger was saying.
Yeah.
God forgives, but Gohan does not.
I think it was Astro, but Gohan either. Oh, bathroom tellers. Here we go for the first time. If they're not trolling us here.
Well, Penta used it yesterday, I believe.
No, I'm not saying it's not viable, but it's certainly. Again, they're just not wanting to play Armory Locker's Archives. They're going to play everything but that. So far, I think this is, literally the third one that they've played different from that site. And it's something we've talked about before in that they have Shaz as a coach who has been really in-depth. I mean, we talked and we've seen some of the work that he does in terms of preparation. They are obviously doing this for a reason. There is, obviously, Fontt showed off some stuff yesterday. They sat down, looked at the VODs, figured out Armory Locker's Archives was not a great place for them to play, and that's exactly why they're not doing it. And that's why Penta's ahead right now, because they're playing smart. But they just cannot win that Armory Locker Archives attack. That is twice now that they have lost it. If they can figure out how to succeed on this attack, I'm very confident that Penta will take quarter, if they can figure that out.
We'll see how Fontt tries to push through this. Gohan's going to be on the Ashe this time, and Gohan was really, really insane when it came to playing the Blackbeard and the Ashe as well. We see him through the Invitational qualifiers and at the Invitational of how good he is at it. We're finally able to see him here playing on LAN in Germany. So Fabian going again for the castle. It's really interesting how you would play the castle, because it's either about denying your opponents from getting into a certain area or funneling them into kill zone that you prepare, and then you can use them as like a side roamer.
Yeah. Not even sure where he's using those castles. Maybe upstairs, because I didn't see a lot downstairs. So that could be an interesting attack here. And now, obviously, they were probably set up figuring, okay, they're going to go Armory Locker's Archives now. Not expecting a bathroom tellers at the end here, but obviously got to be prepared for all situations against Penta of all people. You know that they're going to have a lot up their sleeve.
Astro has taken just a bit of damage here, as UNS is held in the east stairs, and holding on here. The entire hallway is his. He sees Moringa trying to peek in, and Moringa will actually drone him out. Give info to Astro, and that's it. Trade 1-to-1 with Goga, taking down Gohan. Goga's very low on HP in here, and they barely stop the Ashe from running in.
I don't know if they'll have the ability to even give him a reset there. He may just have to stick it out with that low health. And now he's been droned out as well.
Oh, Astro. Oh, one more.
Try to finish him.
There we go. Nicely done. Can't finish him off, though, unfortunately, but Astro has gotten the kill here. He has to take this barbed wire down, but this is the bait. He's ready for him. KS, can he do it? Yeah. Oh, no, he's unable to get it. He has to fall back. Moringa has gotten one. Cameraman forces it in the second, and now opens up the hatch for KS to jump down. This is not working too well for Penta at all, as they dedicated too much of the top, but losing Yunus early on was not a good start.
No, this is definitely very much in the favor of Team Fontt, even without just the man advantage. But the fact that Penta was forced to have their man rotate around here left him in a bad defensive position and easily collapsed up by Cameraman.
No problem at all to clean up the round here as Fontt tie up 3-3.
They're definitely not wanting to give this up to Penta without a fight. That's 2 rounds in a row for them. That is I think their first successful attack round, as their previous 2 points were both for defending Armory Locker Archives. So that bodes well. But then again, that is the worst bomb site on this map.
This I think is cue for Penta to say, okay, let's go back to Armory.
Again, though, if they could figure out how to attack it, that was their only real weakness, because those 2 points previously were from that, and they didn't need to go bathroom tellers. They'd successfully defended their other bomb sites just fine. So I think knowing that, they go, we can do ventilation, we can do customs, we can maybe even do Armory Locker Archives if we decide to. Let's just figure out how to stop their defenses on it. Again, they need to collapse from the west side as well, or the west side. Otherwise, again, we're just going to see a repeat of that. But in this case, obviously, Fontt having won it twice in a row meant both times they had to go to their other bomb site, which they are not able to win. So this is a situation where Penta does have a potential advantage for another point to bring to match point.
All right, Gohan's going to be setting up his black eye cameras, playing on the Valkyrie here. The pulse has been pulled off for Moringa. And I guess now they're just going to be staying down below and using Moringa just to gain info as he sits in the tellers area, basically, and just lets them know, okay, here's what's going on, and has the Valkyrie Gohan here just giving him info. It's like, yes, they're coming up behind you, watch out. And he basically covered all around.
Yeah, there's nothing worse than trying to hunt a pulse downstairs, especially when you're attacking Armory Locker's archives. But Penta have shown a lot of strength in fighting on the bottom floor, so if they can suss out Moringa, take him out first or early on, I think it'll work a little bit more in their favor.
All right, UNS now jumping in, taking control of this southern balcony. They're trying to come in as well from below as Goga has moved up. He's got KS to help him out, and Fabian's droning inside of the site. Thermite charge is already set on the site, and I think they want to just break in and go for this. Moringa, though, wants to answer, takes down Jonas. No more Habana to play with here. They still have one more charge to work with here, but he's just going to get taken out. Gohan will get taken out, though, by KS with a pretty good refrag here for the team. But now they're sandwiched. They dedicated so much for a quick rush that they're just set in the passport check and can't do much about it.
Fabian needs to come around on Moringa from behind because he's sandwiching him in, causing a real problem for him here. See Fabian droning that stairwell where he was before, but then Cameraman.
Nice more on Pengu. Pengu not really playing level here. Mav with a headshot, cleaning up Fabian. KS is the last man alive with 20% HP right outside of the site. Moringa is going to gauge all the info here. He knows exactly where he's at.
Oh, this is it for KS.
This is going to be a big pinch here. KS is a great player, but I'm not too sure he can do this. Here we go. Astro just takes him out of his misery. And now they're in the lead. Fontt are back in this.
And that was a crossfire where he had no real way to escape because he got out one door. There was Moringa. He goes out the other door. There's Astro. He had no escape, and he kind of saw his own death coming there at the moment. And that was not a round where we were going to say thanks to Cass saving the day. So now, actually, surprisingly, not what we expected. Match point here for Fontt coming on strong. Penta, again, not wanting to do Armor Locker's Archive. Still going to stick with Ventilation, which has been good to them. So I can't blame them for doing that there, as long as they're not going Bathroom Tellers again. So
they kind of learned their lesson at this point that teams now basically know what's going on. You can play Ventilation just by holding the Armor Locker anyways.
Yep. I think we'll probably see this go to overtime then. I think this is a good chance that Penta can successfully defend this, as they only have lost only one defensive round on Bathroom Tellers. So if history repeats itself here, we will definitely be going into overtime.
I'm a bit disappointed in Pengu so far, not really showing up. I don't know if our observer Marcio can pop up the scoreboard. Here we go. Thank you, Marcio. 0-6 for Pengu.
Again, I'm not sure what
yesterday we saw it equal all across the board. Yeah. It's not the case this time. An 8-5 for Gohan with Moringa. It shows that the duo is working together, and the Goga duo basically with KS has been winning them.
To be fair, everyone else has been showing up quite well. So it is definitely on Penta to continue that and potentially close this out if they can make this into overtime first, because if they don't, obviously, the border goes over to Fontt and we move on to map 2.
So Goga's going to be at least putting down some wooden floorboards. Pretty nice spots actually for these black eyes. Very difficult to spot what's going on, especially the one that's right below the table. Very cheeky position to be in.
Yeah, that intel gonna factor big time, especially if they decide to actually be smart and attack from a different side, like bathrooms this time. Because the last time Fabian actually had the advantage of them just funneling themselves in on the west side window on B site.
So Moringa's gonna be droning in. Map's gonna start moving up finally from the valley, as Fontt are trying to set up before trying to get into the site.
That's a little bit of a slow start for a Sledge player.
They know they have to deal with lockers first before they're able to drop down. Last time, they had the advantage of taking down Pengu early on.
Yeah, that helps.
So hopefully this time he doesn't overexpose himself. And as I say that, Pengu is waiting right on the opposing end of the 416 from the Ash and almost connected. Flashbang's going to be thrown in as Gohan sets up to jump on into the main armor area. Sprays down and takes down Pengu. He knows exactly where he's at in the back of the desk area.
Now the question is, will Junis be able to trade that back if the push keeps coming?
Oh, Astro. Cheeky play here. And I'm not... Oh, here we go. Jonas gets the headshot, takes down Astro. But this gives them all the info that they need, that Jonas isn't there and is injured. Goga will get the headshot on Mav and clean him up. So no more Sledge, no more Twitch. And this means that KS on the Mira gets even more difficult to deal with.
And this is why I say you should play 3 up, because what happens here is 3 people is actually surprisingly hard to deal with top floor, because it's hard to get enough map control to pinch on them.
Yeah, because you have one person that can just rotate around the map.
Now hopefully Goga, as I was gonna say that, we'll be able to rotate back, but Gohan, make sure to finish him off.
the pixel aim is absolutely insane, and Jonas comes in, Fabian with one more, and Moringa suddenly finds himself on his own right after winning the fight on the armory now.
At least he's got his little suitcase to carry around with him. He's got to get it all the way in there and past Fabian and Cass to do so. Not looking good for him at all.
Yeah, Jonas even staying low on HP, but that's all he needs. He just has to be a distraction, and Jonas, though, he's going to collect the kill.
At least a 3K that round for him.
And that's the overtime, ladies and gentlemen. We'll go 4-4. And if you're new to all of this, basically, this is overtime, 4-4 tie-up.
First to 6.
First to 6. Basically, it's a tiny best of 3 after the original.
A tiny little important one.
Yeah, a tiny little important one. Remember, the prize pool is over $200,000 for the Pro League this season, and only one team will claim the majority of that.
And it looks like the game is decided that Fontt gets to defend first. So this is make or break, I think, for Penta. As I brought up multiple times earlier, I don't want to beat a dead horse, but this is the attack round. If they win this, I'm totally thinking Penta take this.
Have they lost a single defense round, Penta?
Just bathroom tellers. And that's what I mean.
The only one.
If they can just win this attack round, I really believe they will take this all the way to 6, potentially 6-4 even. But they need to figure this out. Again, I want to see them hit CCTV. Stop putting all your effort onto the AC window on B and offices because it's not working. They're having those smart angles onto the B, the archives room, that's continuing to work. They have the C4 over there. Once they rotate, they're getting the kills, and it's just they try and plant, doesn't work. So we'll see again. They're setting up a little bit differently potentially here. I mean, they put a lot of people into CCTV last time. Looks like they're setting up a little bit differently last time. We saw, for example, deployable shield.
What's interesting is that they're not really reinforcing the main wall into armory.
Yeah. Oh, there's runouts. Got to be careful. Almost at the last second there. They could have gotten punished for those, like we saw Fabian do before. But no early picks this time.
Speaking of, never mind. Gets the kill.
I say
headshot. Moringa's down, and Fabian over the moon now with the early pick, taking down the bandit, the player that you're going to see really just running around the map trying to collect kills.
That bodes well for them to finally close this out. Pengu also changing up a little bit. Going to be IQ this time instead of Ash or Blackbeard. That could be a big difference in how they actually play this out. Get some intel on the actual site to attack. And you see Pengu and Fabian, or KS, both on the west side. I feel like they've made the changes they need to. Actually going to get Cass potentially able to hit the CCTV from below over there. This could be, I think this is going in the way of Penta, especially after that early kill.
Well, droning right in front of their buck here, KS.
A lot rides on Astro here pulling this off.
Oh, the info's gonna get given, and Astro's down on the floor. Now the Jaeger's down, but Cameraman from above gets one more. Fabian from the outside, he's picking them off like
he doesn't need to go in. He is using that FAMAS.
Gohan down, and FAMAS is extremely difficult to control at that range. He just taps it very quickly. Pengu gets one more, and the last one from Jonas. Penta clean up the first round, the attack round, which we said was so important.
If I was Fontt right now, I'd really be thinking we need to bring out something different, something crazy, because we just lost our only good defense. You don't have a good attack.
But what will Penta go for? Which site?
This would be interesting to see them pull out their army lockers, but of course, hey,
Vent Workshop.
It's been working out for them. I do think there is a chance we could see Penta lose this, just because it has been plenty of time for Fontt to figure out what they've been doing wrong. But even if they do, then that gives a chance for Penta to do the same thing again. And obviously they figured out how better to attack Armory Locker's Archive. So even if Fontt goes to that next time, still could see Penta close this out.
Yeah, and you still see the same setup basically on operators from the attacking side of Fontt here, expecting, okay, well, they're going to go Armory at some point, right?
Yeah.
Aren't they? And this is what you would see if you're trying to push Armory. Unfortunately, it doesn't work out too well downstairs because you really don't have enough charges. This is where having a Thermite would be fantastic.
Absolutely, especially being able to open up some of those walls that you might need to get access to. But in this case, they're definitely just going to have to attack it, you know, the way Brazilians do, via gunfights.
Yeah.
They do have the Blackbeard, though, so that could factor into trying to take that B window if they want, for example, or maybe some other angles that they might be able to push, take control of that top floor. But it is definitely going to be a heck of a fight. However, I hope there's going to be 3 upstairs. Right now, we're only seeing 2 top floor. If they continue with the split 3 downstairs, Now,
what they've been doing is actually having Fabian peek in every now and then to help them out on the main stairs. So maybe that's what they're looking for.
It's been doing great for them. I don't blame them. But it does look like they have rotated someone up. So I do think they're going with what's worked. And now the difference is if Fontt can take out Fabian, I do think this could start to collapse. Because the Cass is going to have to defend side alone. But again, they're not going bathrooms, though, and I think this is a mistake for Fontt.
I just hope that Fontt don't get too tunnel visioned on taking down the roamers.
Yeah, that is a big distraction, especially when it's coming down to the last second sometimes. You really, you know, when you're on potential overtime match point here, it's
you
a
suddenly
big risk.
find yourself with 2 players left, and you have to deal with pretty much a team that's set on the site and has been reinforcing and gathering info the entire round.
Let's hope for Fontt's sake Astro has his headphones on correct, because he's going to need to do some serious killing to bring this back for his team right now.
So Pengu set up again, and he's just going to be set up in the library all on his own.
I hope he's going to do more this time.
I really just hope he doesn't over-peak, because we haven't seen anything done.
He hasn't thrown a smoke canister yet either, so he could delay Gohan a bit here.
Oh, okay, so no info is going to be given at all to Gohan here. Immediately taking down the drone as he's set on the library door itself.
And he rotates as well, so that's the smart thing to do there, playing against the lack of information from Gohan. But Astro could have a drone in there to do some damage as well, and we could see him attempt to collapse on this. As I said, though, having 3 upstairs, you see they're spread out in a situation where it's very hard to just collapse on one of them because they crossfire for each other. But again, they're not really attacking the downstairs, and I do think that works against them here, fighting 3 up top. I think if you have 2 downstairs, attack the downstairs, take out Fabian.
Nothing has been done so far, and we're a minute 15 in. Remember, the lower side is completely reinforced.
Yeah,
so
but you have even, you know, you could bring out the Habana to take holes in the wall, or at least open up lines of sight.
Gas canister finally going to get used.
Feels good for Pengu this round.
Mav's going to be moving in. Oh, Astro's going to get dropped. Nicely done by Pengu. And he pops in one more. Info in from Yuna.
Good for Penta, although that doesn't help. But hey, Pengu's died every time, and you know what? They still won, so.
Yeah, and look at Gohan. Now he's solo on HP. Cameraman gets one more on Goga. And here we go. Oh, and Yunas gets one. Trade from Moringa. Leaves it to a 2v2. Gohan very low on HP. And all they have now is KS, who's on the Mira, so can shred anybody that tries to play against them.
I feel like between Fabian and Cass, they really have the site locked down. Yeah. It is going to be all down to angles and really smart head games.
They don't have anything to deal with reinforcements anymore. Fabian almost going down here. Has to use the castle wall.
Nicely done. Well played.
Whoa, right into him. Fabian gets one. And now the second alive. Moringa up top picks it. Gets the headshot. Gas! Ich liebe dich! The German gets it.
Again, of course, Cass loves to finish. He is the finisher. We get to watch his kill cams probably more than anyone else on Penta. Well done, Penta. They made, like I said, put it all in that Armory Lockers attack. You win that, they got it 6-4. Brilliantly played. I give a lot of credit to Penta. They made adaptations that we didn't see from Fontt. That's why they won that.
And all as well rests on Shas, the man in the middle, talking to all of his teammates. Calm and collected coach for the team. And he makes everything work. Yunas on 11-5.
You know, we give Astro a lot of credit, but Moringa has been showing up yesterday and today. He had just as many kills as Astro. I think he's the newest member on the team and a huge asset. I think that was a really smart choice, and that's probably why we see Fontt making it all the way here this season and not last season.
Yeah, and the big problem, I think, is, yeah, you have 1 or 2 fraggers, but that's it.
Yeah.
You don't have the team play that is really needed to take down Penta. Penta will throw sights you're not used to.
Well, that's the thing, is fragging works a lot better in Brazil than it does against a team like Penta, and we saw that last season as well. That's why Penta came out on top.
And here we go, the highlights. Moringa
There's that
getting
3K
the triple.
To start it off.
Yes, absolutely insane. And Mav almost clutching this one out, but because they were trying to enter through the window, they weren't able to do it. And
I think also it came down to leave that diffuser outside. There we go, though. Nice pickup.
Astro in this spot. Unfortunately, he failed, and Goga clutched this round with a 3K as well.
With that thermite, as you mentioned. Ooh, nicely done, though. Junis, I think, really was I think I'm going to give a lot of credit to Junis. Maybe didn't have the most kills, but he had a lot of really important kills.
Yeah. He was top. He was 11-5.
But it wasn't just the numbers, the value of those kills. He made the really important kills, and I really feel like Junis was the secret to the success. With Fabian a close second.
Yeah, he gets the operators that really would cause them trouble, like the Habana, for example, if they wanted to get on the sites, because Penta are
feels so bad for KS that round.
Spot, everybody surrounded him. Gohan here going for the peak.
Wall bang, though.
Yeah, wall bang Pengu, and all they need is the info here. Moringa spots
right in the toe.
2 pixels.
Yeah, shoots his big toe right off to death. That was a great fight there over that small off.
Yeah, Fabian here. With the spray, this is just a standard spray. You're going to spray the windows.
That was the first of 2 that round, I do believe.
He's been doing it the entire game, and he just sat back and got 2.
There was Pengu's best round there as well, getting that shotgun kill and actually getting a smoke out.
And here, being able to take down 1, play the diffuser game. Unfortunately, he was so low on HP and in that
Pretty much free kill.
Yeah.
But Cass there, again, always there to trade those last kills. Unfortunately, when he's outnumbered, maybe a little bit harder, but he is a very reliable player in making sure that if it comes down to the wire there, he is there to do it. So now we're going to be going here to Oregon, something we've seen a lot of. That tower bomb site we have not seen pulled out yet. Would be very interesting to see one of these teams try it, or even Kitchen. This has not been like Border. We aren't seeing the B sites out. We're just seeing basement and dorms. So I think this is now the time. Obviously not this round as we see Laundry here first, but I really do believe there's a good chance we could see a really amazing, maybe from Penta because they have a lot of extra strats. I would love to see them pull out Kitchen. Probably not Tower, but...
I think that there's a possibility for Tower, but for Tower, you have to be 100% sure of your aim and communication.
Absolutely, yeah.
So maybe it'll take a couple rounds. So if they have the advantage in a couple, so they win this first defense, they win the attack, and like, you know what, okay, this time, let's throw in Tower just to see how they react to it.
Absolutely, it's definitely a possibility. I hope Penta of all people will bring that, but you never know, Fontt can have something up their sleeve. But we have seen a lot of Border Oregon, so there are a lot of things we are going to expect, and then a lot of things, hopefully, that we won't expect, because this is a very important match here, because this is their chance to go to the finals and try and continue to have their winning streak from last season. Goga, they're setting up a lot of castles here and reinforcements to guard the meeting hall.
We've been seeing how important the meeting hall, but not only that, also the attic.
Absolutely, the attic is critical because not only do you get to counter people down in meeting hall, you can peek out the window and shoot people on the roof, or even rappelling, because that B window is actually hard to control. Even if they have the towers, you could still potentially peek out that attic window. So I think meeting hall has, especially this season, become a very important part of defenses. So we see Junis actually playing in there, using these sandbags. The sandbags are a very important part of defending that. You have to position yourself just right to not expose yourself to that window as well.
Well, now, everything is relying maybe on the Habana. Now, this is where we would usually see the Capital being played if you're going for a main hall attack. But having the Twitch means that they will go for control of the meeting area and the tower and try from then. This has been basically Border or Oregon being played this entire finals, basically. Yeah. Nothing standard. Nobody's going through the main hallway, and we're not seeing the standard.
They've really given up the top floor and the lobby very quickly, though. This could be a trap from Penta, as they obviously have this mirror here for a reason.
They have the actual entryway here castled. Gets
Almost
a bit of damage on map, sprays on down. Goga trying to get the kill, but he won't be able to finish it off. Astro is droning in, and Mav dropped very low on HP.
Now, this is definitely important that Goga continues to put pressure on them, stops them from taking that meeting hall, and you've got Junis there to back it up in the attic as well, just in case. And Fabian is going to be on a pulse as well, so he could be on a roam in a situation where we could see him very late in the game just get some kills. Gohan, though, really trying to counter this attic as much as he can.
Almost hitting Fabian there at the end, but Fabian is going to drop down. Goga is still below, and they haven't given up control of the attic, but the different thing here is that they have Fabian on the pulse that is set by the tower and helping out the bandit that's set in the attic.
Oh, Astro, though, kicking things off.
Getting one, Gohan with the second, but Fabian will retaliate and KS at the same time. And this is big. The Sludge and the Ash now taken down before the Ash could actually use her charges.
Yeah,
if there's a lot of wire, this is not going to go very well.
That is a very
big Sin Pango, aggressive on cameraman, takes him out, and that's no more Habana.
Now, they did manage to get the hatches open that they needed to, so that is important, but it's all down on Astro on low health now. Not going to be a great place to be. He's going to try.
Oh, Fabian yet again. The crossfire from Fabian and KS. The communication, I wish we had in-game comms. We kind of all stopped doing this like a year and a half, 2 years ago, but in-game comms for Penta must be insane.
Yeah, they've got to have that.
It's just, he's there, like instantly, it's a single call-out. They know how to react. Fabian trusts his teammates so much every single time.
And it's paying off so far. They're already in the lead here on this map. Now, we are going to go upstairs. Obviously, Fontt don't want to start downstairs, but no unusual bomb sites yet, so this is all on Fontt to try and make this their beachhead like we saw them do on Border with the Armory Lockers Archives. If they can do that, they still have a chance in this. If not, we could see Penta collapsing on them hard. And you already see them making operator changes, playing it a bit differently than they did on Border. That's what I like to see from these guys. They really have their operators picked out, but with the option to make the changes that they need to win. We are seeing that Capital as well. Useful for either bomb site. So that is a great pick. You could fire between the windows. You can shoot down in the basement.
Yeah, and I think Fabian will use the Capital by the windows area.
Yeah.
He might go into through tower or hang on the north side of the building by the windows as well by B site. And from there, just shoot his Capital bolts to force the smoke back.
And that's where you usually see him is on the roof over by the big red tower, getting that angle down because that's a nice sharp 45-degree angle to right between the two windows, and that is a critical spot for defending that B site. We don't see a Blackbeard, so that makes it less of a chance they could be going for that B site, but it's still great to get that guy out of B, to get that additional crossfire pressure into the rooms, catch people on white stairs top, things like that. They are definitely wanting to hold the kitchen, though. You see that there's two people downstairs playing in there, and then now Juna's going to be trying to pressure that from the other side.
Yeah, it's going to be taking control of tower here, just making sure that he can actually clean up this. Okay, just going to open used one or two of his charges just so he could peek in before he moves in. Doesn't want to dedicate edit.
Yeah, he's going to save the other ones for any other holes he might need because there's not critical hatches, so he has a little more flexibility.
Pengu up top here. The flash has been thrown in and the drone as well. Just making sure that nobody's going to get too aggressive.
There's that window we were talking about in the attic too. That is definitely something you have to watch out for.
What's really funny is that everybody on Penta Sports has the excellence charm on their weapons. So there's the respect for excellence after beating them yesterday.
Yeah. Hopefully a sign of respect.
Yes, indeed.
There's the first kill, though.
Astro very well here, getting the kill, but takes a lot of damage in here. Now, Chaos is not the most important part of this, playing on the Thatcher.
Oh. Fabian was definitely a help.
Okay. The Capital now eliminated. Goga was not able to protect. Cameraman's just still going to be hiding in the bathrooms area.
Yeah.
There. Oh, here we go. Pengu sprays in, finally gets the kill on Gohan. I think that's his like third or fourth kill this entire game. Goga with a beautifully timed grenade. There's no Jaeger that could have helped them here with the ADS.
Cameraman low on health too. This could be going over to the side of Penta despite the lost operators.
All right, camera down. Moringa right behind the wall, and Pengu is just going to be waiting around. They don't have to peek this too much. They're just going to wait until it gets in the crossfire, and Pengu gets one. Pengu gets two. No, three down. And Pengu goes. This is the Pengu we know.
That's the Pengu on Ash that justifies that pick. So nicely done by Pengu, showing why he's playing it that way. Very smart time. I mean, obviously that could have gone either way, but he had those gunfights down. Just managed to spray exactly where he needed to. Conserved ammo, didn't go for a reload. Got the kills he needed to bring it to 2-0. Looking very good for Penta now. Obviously, they have to switch sites, winning their defense, so they're going to be headed upstairs. We'll see if they can defend it any better than Fontt did.
I'm surprised Penta are not pulling off a tower or a kitchen just yet.
The night is young, as they say, but they are pulling out an Echo, so something a little bit different than what Fontt did. We saw a lot of great Echo play on Bank earlier today, so we know how effective Echo can be if you use him right. But it is a little bit harder to hide him on this site.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to ask. Where would you hide the
Possibly
Echo?
attic. You know, if you can have someone really controlling attic, that's a place you could put him. Also in the kid's bedroom, there are some spots you could kind of hide up until they start taking out those windows and get control. And that's the problem, is you really need good communication. So if you're on your drone, they can call out for you to get out of there because you're going to be compromised because you can't hear, you can't see, unless the drone's in the same room as you. That's another thing, though. If he's in the B bomb site with the drone, using it to potentially stop people coming in that window, he can see and make sure that he's safe until he needs to rotate.
Marcio pointing out a very good spot there that was opened by the main window, actually. The floorboards have been taken out.
Yeah,
and with the barbed wire in front of them. So this means they can use a cheeky little spot from below where Goga might be able to spray on them.
Yeah, you just have to be careful because there is a window right there as well. So knowing that if that window's closed, you're in a great position to use that from below, potentially get a C4 or you can shoot up. Unfortunately, I don't think the smoke goes through it, but it's still a great place to play. Like I said, if you could keep that window secure. But then again, the bottom of the stairs is a big place of contention right there. So definitely potentially risky unless you can control the bottom floor. We are seeing only 2 up top, I think. So it's a case where we may see a good top floor attack here from Fontt. Penta giving up a lot of control. And unfortunately, doing bottom down defense means you have to go upstairs. And you can't just drop hatches the other direction.
So Fabian might just be setting himself by the kitchen area and just stay there.
We could see even a run out from him, potentially.
All right. Very, very risky play. But I assume with this kind of play, they're not really expecting anybody to move through, and he's going to be setting up his Echo drone just as we speak, so the yokai is set correctly. UNS is waiting here. He could 1v1 Astro in the master bedroom.
Now Astro's got a drone there to help him out, so now he's not going to go into this blind, but Junis is just going to stick it anyways. He's just going to say, I can do this, but Cameraman following it up shows that he's still sticking it.
Oh, nice spray from Moringa. The info has been relayed. And just waiting here, trying to bait him out of the attic. Takes a bit of damage in the meantime, but the bandit has been taken out.
And that's what makes drones lethal. So nicely done by Fontt, sussing this out here. Now there's only one person left up top, I think, to defend. Essentially, no, Goga has rotated up as well, so this could go a little bit better.
Trying to find him. Ooh, taken down to the perfect moment there. So the Mira wall will not be open just yet with the Twitch drone.
Very close, but they definitely know how it's being guarded, how it's being used, and that will help them crossfire it from the other side.
Now, this is the thing now. They have to have the setup with Fabian below on the Echo to help them out in this push. They can't reveal their card just yet, but the time has to come sooner rather than later. Moringa checking maybe somebody coming around all the way to the large tower here.
And I think Fabian actually set up in the position you were talking about earlier to be able to be underneath that barbed wire window as well to use that Echo. But you see the pressure starting to come on this B window, something we talked about a lot. Pengu in a bad spot getting flashed out there.
Good flash on Pengu, but Cameraman's going to be moving in. Going to go for the bomb, well, the diffuser drop there. Goga trying to go for the 1v1, but Moringa almost takes him out. Pengu, though, taking down Cameraman, and that means the diffuser will not be set. A good rotation, but unfortunately, Goga gets a bit too aggressive and will get shot down. KS is going to get droned off, and now shot down by Mav on the sledge, taking control of the side room here. Pengu with the 1v1, cleans it up. Diffuser picked up again. Now he has to throw out his gas canisters.
Here's that
Pengu with one more. Pulls out the shotgun. He's ready for more. Now jumps in. Fabian from behind. Downs one. Gets the second. And the duo drops right onto them.
A 4K from Pengu, who clearly was not on border, has just switched it on full throttle. I was already going to give that round to Pengu, even if he didn't get more than 2 kills, because of the way he held the bedroom. And when he was in a tight situation, he got droned out, he got flashed, had to use smoke to cover his escape, rotated positions, defended the heck out of it, and then decided, I'll kill 2 more people while I'm at it.
His reaction was, oh, I got shot once, let's throw the smoke. Pop it once, and he had Fabian already setting up because they knew that they had lost the main bedroom, and that now the flashes are going to be coming in. So let's set up our drone in the correct position, and Fabian just rains down hell, if you will, with these pulses.
Absolutely well played. I mean, he came up at the right time to back up his teammate Pengu, who's already doing just good enough on his own, but that crossfire at the end there on those double bunks there, perfectly played. Penta are sealing the deal here with 3-0 already. Just ripping it up, especially thanks to Pengu. I mean, we get to potentially erase everything we said about Pengu on border if he keeps this up.
So far, so good.
Already at 10, and we're only 3 rounds in.
10 now. Oh, are you kidding me?
He's just killing everyone by himself. Yeah, he has not died yet. He is a man on fire. Maybe he heard us, decided I'll show them. This is my team too.
Yeah, this is what Twitch sub money does to you. Gets fired up. So Mav now in control of the tower stairs. He's going to be left up there with a couple of his black eyes to check around, just to make sure that that tower will not get taken easily.
Yeah, but Goga here on IQ could potentially be there to stop that, depending on whether or not he uses that ability to find those. This is a situation that we've got a lot of dedication downstairs, having to rotate a little bit late here to try and defend this meeting hall. That might cost them, because if Penta can take control of this meeting hall, it's going to be difficult. But Moringa is going to be one to help stop that.
So Goga set in the kitchen.
Already putting pressure on that meeting hall. This is not looking great. I think if they can take this, if they can clear out meeting hall, this is going to be a great round for Penta. But it's not going to be easy.
This is great here from Pengu. Now Moringa trying to go for the plays the bandit, finally gets the battery in so he can protect himself from the back. And Pengu just counting out the side. They don't need to push. They have 2 minutes on the clock, and that's a lot of time to take control. But what I don't understand is why Team Fontt are already giving up so much.
Yeah, they already gave up the meeting hall. They pretty much have given up most of the map, and that without a kill. You know, had they gotten a kill, I could understand it a bit more. but they're in a bad situation here getting all pressure downstairs because now that offers the ability for Penta to rotate from both sides, put pressure on the back, and that's usually what you do. You get people going down the stairwell into laundry, put pressure from the tower side as you're attacking that. Easy peasy win. However, they already have the control they need.
Here we go, all rushing in. Goga first ahead and first to get the kill. Gets the second Goga with Yunus for the help here. And now both roamers have been taken down. The meeting hall is secure, but is there still somebody upstairs basically waiting for them? No, everybody has rotated down from Team Fontt.
That's where you need them at this point. You need them all downstairs because even 2 men downstairs is not enough to defend against especially a 5-man attack here. Penta had a huge advantage. Pressure's going to come down. Smokes are already coming out. And this is where Penta just puts the pressure on the stairs, sends 1 man back behind, shoots a teammate a little bit, but, you know, just for fun.
But here we go. The crossbows are going to be lobbed in to force Gohan out of position. They want to get the peek, or the pick on the smoke before he gets too dangerous. Kais gets himself right in the middle, in the thick of it, really. And cameraman goes in, takes him out. The fuser has not been planted. And Math from behind, taking down Pengu. You're not running into my house. C4 gonna hit. Here we go. Bye-bye, Goga.
This is looking good for Fontt as they are stalling it out between C4 and Smoke. They've put this down to the wire.
Whoa,
man advantage slowly dropping away here, down to Junus only.
Oh, and there we go. Gohan from the opposing end. They couldn't knock them out of this spot where Gohan is. It's just
a little roach motel there.
It is.
So nicely done. Fontt looking like they had lost that within the first 2 minutes. Came back strong that last minute getting those kills. Felt like Penta maybe got a little overconfident, got a little zealous. You saw them shoot a teammate even because they were so antsy at that point to try and bring this to match point. But this is the team that we saw yesterday go from a 4-0 to 6 rounds in a row. So I'm not counting Fontt out yet.
Not at all, never.
But so far from what I've seen, they really need to turn up the heat or they are potentially out of this because it's 1 more point to match point for Penta. Although at least, hey, they didn't wait till 4-0 before they brought that round back. So I'll give them that.
I mean, we had a talk with Millennium when we were done, and they're like, yeah, we kind of choked it ourselves.
Just a little.
You know, Falco's like, we get to 4-0, we can just get the 5th. But no, they couldn't. Here, we might just see Fontt taking it back. So never count them out. Yeah. Now we go for a pretty standard defense. Fabian's going to be reinforcing in here in the meeting hall. The hatch has been reinforced. And on the opposing end, we still see the same operator setup, which means tower is going to be their main attacking spot.
I would hope so, because the meeting hall control needs to be taken away from them, because unlike Fontt, they don't give up the meeting hall easily. And look, they've already got 4 people in this meeting hall area right now, basically, from in it and behind it on the stairs. So this is a heavy defense on this side. They're probably going to do like last time, give up lobby easily, probably even give up top control, except for Junus in a nice peak position here. This could really punish some overconfidence after winning that round as well.
I think he wants to make sure of where they're spawning at and how they're rotating. Even if he doesn't get the kill.
Oh, yeah, he'll know if they're coming around the tower, absolutely.
Exactly. So this way they know how to rotate Goga and Fabian so they can focus the pulse on the other side of the map.
That's fantastic use of what looks like a spawn peak but is also an intel peak.
Yeah.
So definitely smart play on their part.
This is the thing, like where you know the enemies are not, you know where they are.
Absolutely.
So you can kind of gauge the situation, especially with how info is rotating with Penta.
Yeah. Now they've already given up a lot though, letting them open the hatch and lobby with only less than a minute. So this is a situation where they have to be careful not to give up too much. And if they want to take control of this here, because they have 4 people upstairs.
No, Gohan now take control of the stairs. Astro still afraid of dropping in because you don't know. Maybe you'll have Penga running up and trying to ping you.
Yeah, well, he's the only people downstairs. He better not run up. He's the smoke.
Goga taking a bit too much damage there with the castles. He's set behind a Mira reinforced wall by the garage area into meeting hall. And they'll again go for that castle play just by reinforcing the main site, though. They use the Habana charge, open up that mirror wall. Goga's super low on HP here. Can't get too aggressive. As I say that, though, goes in, gets taken down by Astro. Astro peeking back into the hall, not going to find anyone just yet.
Penta need to start rotating back down if they can't get the kills, because lobby control is really working out here for Fontt.
Fabian low on HP, and the fuser's already been set. Fabian rushes in, and he lands the shot somehow. Moringa, though, from topside. And this is why retaking the site is so difficult, because everybody's around you. And now the Mira being lost. It's just complete destruction at the end there. You need control of the top side before you actually attempt to defuse because of the angles from the hatch. And that was the cleanup. They're not done just yet.
Absolutely, and that's the problem with putting too much into Meeting Hall, is then you don't have anyone to help control that bottom. You saw how easily that plant went down. They opened the hatch in the lobby right off the bat. They had full control of the lobby, and you didn't see Fabian able to punish them from that window that he had. Yeah, he opened it, couldn't get any angles, and was basically giving away control of the bomb site for free just down to Pengu. Yeah, they rotated towards the end, but it was too little too late, gave up too much of the site. I mean, you saw last time when Fontt defended successfully, they lost people upstairs, but they fully bunkered down in that site and made sure it didn't get planted like that.
They were possibly thinking like, okay, they're gonna see the reinforcements that we have when they come in through the main hall, and they're like, okay, well, we're not gonna try going.
They didn't bother with it, yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And maybe like go around to the tower where you would see Penta that would have control, but that wasn't the case because when they popped open that mirror wall, it just completely. Ooh, all right. All right,
so
I see what they're doing. Let's go to level 3 here, Marcio, please. And let's go into the master bedroom where everything has been opened up. And in the kids' room,
yeah, both rooms, yeah.
To the right a bit. Here we go. You see, everything has been opened up. It gives them a lot of
angles,
to work with.
They definitely want to be able to play top-down control here.
And even in the kids' room as well, everything's been opened up from below. They're going to have lines of sight. I think they learned how Penta play this. And like, you know what? We can play your own game.
Absolutely. And they want to make sure that, say, for example, like one of their attackers can't get below the bedroom and start shooting up at them because they're going to get punished for it immediately because they're watching these spots.
Yeah, look at all of this. This is very difficult to play around. And I think Fontt finally realized that, okay, we need to get those C4 kills down because we haven't been able to do much with those. Jonas, though, taking control of the watchtower. He's going to open up a tiny hatch here just to be sure. Runs into the meeting hall. Doesn't see anything or anyone really pressuring because really there isn't anyone here really waiting for him.
At least caught that camera there that was watching that meeting hall. So now their vision on the meeting hall is going to be impaired, which is important because you know when people are crossing the map.
You know how the rotations are going to happen, who's going to be dropping through where, possibly through the back stairs on the tower itself. Fabian on the Capitao again, moving in. And they have relinquished control, but Mav is ready for him. Nails the headshot, goes back to the cams.
This is looking good for Fontt with that start. They're taking out Fabian early like that, although we have seen that backfire before when Fabian can spend all his time IGLing. So we'll see if Penta are going to make the adaptations they need to now.
Droning in here on the IQ. Goga hasn't found much yet. This is very smart from Fontt, not really giving Penta any info. Almost Pengu there getting the revenge.
There we go.
Here we go. Gets one. Springs the second. Pengu takes them both out and basically turns this around with no bandit, no smoke. Waiting for the third. He gets one, he gets two, but can he get the three-piece? Well, Goga's going to help him out. Gets one. Pengu jumps all the way through in.
And
now, Mav.
Jonas, though.
Jonas is going to get taken down. No more Habana to play with, but they have top control. But this is exactly what Mav wants to do. Misses the C4, unfortunately. They still have one more on cameraman, but he's not in position to use it.
No, this is looking really good for Penta, who've turned this around big time, getting the man advantage and getting a lot of map control. They have the site, they have the diffuser down. Cameraman taking shots already.
KS spraying down on him, just pushing them back. And now since they planted for the window, they can have one player outside. Pengu hitting his shots 10 out of 10, and Goga will clean them up.
So that was a 3K for Pengu and a 2K for Goga. Between those two, they took site, took control, got the plant down, and all the people downstairs almost didn't even factor in at the end. Nicely done, bringing it now to a 4-2 match point. Looking really good for Penta here, who just decimated on map 1, bringing it 6-4. I mean, obviously there was a bit of a comeback by Fontt, but it was too little too late for them.
This is starting to get very similar to what happened with Excellence yesterday, which, I mean, they're taking down, I mean, you heard the analysis, that's saying, oh, Fontt, yeah, the best VR team, they can definitely face the NA teams and really take them down. If Penta are able to do this against Fontt, how well will they be coming in versus Elevate?
Oh, I'm worried for Elevate. At what we're seeing right now, the adaptation they have. Now, I was actually thinking Elevate might do a bit better against Fontt, but against Penta, that's going to be a heck of a battle here. But like they said, that's what they want. They want that chance at revenge.
I want that.
Yeah.
I want that game.
I want to see Sky's shot at revenge. But we'll see here. Penta still have to close out one more round to make that happen here, or at least do it on map 3 if we get that far. this would have been the first time we saw Clubhouse, but so far Penta are denying us our one chance of seeing Clubhouse, although there's still grand finals left to potentially see it. So we could, but not likely. However, you did call it earlier that we were going to see Clubhouse picked, so nicely done on that. But
we actually called it up both. We're like, yeah, you know what? They're just
no one's played it. Yeah.
Let's throw it in, and that's basically what Penta like to do. Like, no, whatever.
Yeah.
We can play any map.
Maybe Penta was like, we're not even going to have to play it at the rate we're going. So we'll leave that for the decider, so we don't even have to bother. They might as well have made Coastline the decider at that point. But then again, it is still 4-2. We saw a great comeback yesterday that we're casting from the Fontt guys. I am not counting them out yet, but seeing Penta's strength at securing it once they get behind a little bit, I have a lot of confidence here that Penta could close this out if Fontt don't make some serious change-ups.
All right, go on moving into the Sours, taking control of that. Now not really finding anyone. He's going to have the Twitch thrown in front of him.
I like that little hole there. Oh, Goga going to try.
Goga, here we go. Headshot, but immediately Yunus will frag back, taking down Cameraman. So no more Hibana on this push.
Though.
That is a huge pick here taken out because now you can't really take control of the attic very easily.
Yeah, you'd definitely rather trade a Jaeger for Hibana. Worth it for the defenders, absolutely.
Yunus getting a bit aggressive here as he's trying to 1v1. Moringa unfortunately walks right into it here. Caught off in the hallway and will at least avenge his fallen teammate, Mav.
Oh, Fabian could get caught off guard too. Is he going to play on the Echo?
Yeah, he's set in the same spot within the kitchen area, and he's got KS to help him out. They have the mirror window, and they have a clear bit of crossfire because of the open side behind him.
Ooh, but Gohan's going to swing around from the side and take control of the top floor here. So that could be a problem for Pengu if he's stuck by himself up there.
He needs to make sure that their openings down on the floorboard don't play against them. Pengu now setting up, checking very quick peek. Gohan is in control of the rooftop, but KS sprays in. Oh
nice
my
try,
god,
though.
no.
He could get away.
Gotta get pushed in. Unfortunately, there's no one to refrag. As I say that, Pengu comes in, takes a lot of damage, and Astro will land the final hit on Pengu. They're back in this. They're not out just yet.
Still match point, though. They still got to win one more round because if Penta trade it back, they take the map, they take the win, they go to grand finals. So it is a lot of pressure on Fontt right now to continue the streak because if they don't, it's over.
You need overtime. And
or map 3 preferably for them, right?
Yes, you need map 3 if possible for Fontt here because in general, our third map in Clubhouse is a pretty good one for our Brazilian team because in general, Penta don't function too well on it, but we still have one more to go. If Penta take this round on the attack, then they're good. They're going to the final. If, however, we have a tie-up 4-4, then we go into overtime, and Fontt will have a couple more rounds to make it into the final, at least have one Brazilian team representing.
Yeah, and it would definitely be a bit tragic for Brazil to bring both their teams to day 2 and then lose both their fights to not be able to make it to the grand finals. But they have definitely been showing great play today, and we're seeing a potential comeback from them. So this could be their chance. We may not see any crazy bomb sites, though, if it doesn't work out here for Fontt, because that will be the end of this map.
Yeah.
So then, no tower, no kitchen. But we have seen some good setups in kitchen, so don't get me wrong. We still are seeing people playing in there, just not defending the bomb sites there.
No, not.
We are seeing a similar attack lineup from what we saw before for attacking dorms. In this case, though, they're using it to attack the basement. Not sure if they knew that for sure, but they do have Fabian on the cap tower that they can use to attack it. So
I mean, they like this. They like having Goga on the IQ. It's the same strategy that they use on Consulate even, where Goga would go for the IQ, run all around the map.
Seen Cass doing that as well.
Yeah, and it means that now you have no info to play around with. Now, it's a good part taking control of the armories, Pengu, because you make sure that the player that's in attic or maybe another one that's playing in the bedrooms can't really just run out and rush through the stairs like
helps
we've seen
control the lobby, basically.
Yeah.
And that's what you need, right? When you're attacking basement, like we talked about earlier, you need the lobby control. And Pengu's definitely making sure that his team stays alive up there. So they're doing a fantastic job so far. A lot given up.
This is 100% standard. Hatch's going to get open. The sidewall in the school is going to get opened as well. And now the charge from Thatcher has been thrown in, the EMP. So you're going to see the Hibana on the mirror wall. Yep. And through that, they will try to flush out the smoke by using Fabian's.
Now, it is all one guy on site, though, and this is something the opposite of what we saw before. They've dedicated a lot to the top floor, to the backside and meeting hall, and things like that.
Penta know this. They're like, you know what? Let's just go. And
they should have one guy upstairs,
plan it.
keep him busy, and then send the other people down because that worked for Fontt.
Yeah.
Right? So absolutely. As long as you don't let them come around from behind you, you keep the guy upstairs to make sure that they don't rotate.
Oh, quick peek. KS is going to fall for this one here. Jonas trying to peek against him. They want to go for the double angles here on them. Nade's going to force Moringa out. Just a bit of damage done. Not going to throw the second one just yet.
Yep, he could do it, but he looks like he's hoping he rotates instead, knowing that there's a pressure of a second grenade.
Oh, they're wasting so much time here, Fontt. They're playing it perfectly. That's exactly what you want to do as a roaming bandit. You know you're dead in this spot. Blast going to get thrown in. That's the perfect thing. They spray. They get one bullet on Moringa, but they haven't rushed them just yet. Goga confirms with the timing, and here we go.
There we go.
Dropped. Fabian finally takes him out, but there is not much time remaining, and the push has to happen. This has allowed Fontt to move back below, and Mav is going to get shut down. Pango immediately aiming down sights and moving to the back stairs.
Oh, this is looking good for a closeout. There, Astro taking almost fatal damage.
Almost burned alive is Pengu trying to move in from the tower stairs. Goga dropping in, taking a lot of damage, but wants to go for that diffuser plant. You're going to have one push from Astro. Unfortunately, the miss. The C4 is going to get thrown out from Cameraman. Gets one. Pengu will refrag. It's a 2 versus 1, basically. And the shot comes in from Gohan and Cameraman. And ladies and gentlemen, again on map 2, we're going into overtime.
Now, unfortunately for that round, I feel like the only reason that Fontt were able to bring that back is those missed shots onto Astro.
Yeah.
Because as soon as he missed that kill he had, that kill chance, then Astro immediately got a kill from that, and it all collapsed after that. And Pengu, yeah, he was still left alive, but he was just the last to be killed then. So that was an unfortunate turn of events in where Penta had the clear advantage, but they didn't have a lot of time left, and I think that time pressure, like you said, factored in because Bandit was just burning up so much of their time on that roam, and that was who they needed to just leave alone. Yeah, they killed him, but how much did it cost them doing so?
Yeah, it cost them even to take down the Bandit in up top. It took them around 40 seconds to deal with.
Way too much time.
That is way too much, especially that they saw there were 3 people dedicated to it at that point.
Yeah,
that is not efficient at all.
I mean, that's great if you're doing that in the first 30 seconds. Absolutely worth it. When you're already like a minute down, not worth it anymore.
Yeah.
So now we're going to see downstairs again from Fontt here.
They're going to be starting off in defense, but so far nothing really out of the ordinary. But they're not going to be reinforcing the hallway hatch.
So we're seeing basically the same attack and defense as last round, but now they're going to make changes in it because they see what worked and what didn't. Now this is Penta's chance to figure out, okay, we failed that last attack. We've continued to fail on attacks against Laundry, so this is where there's a good chance for Fontt to take the initiative in overtime and bring it to 5-4. Whether they can close that out 6-4 is anyone's guess at this point, as clearly Fontt have come back.
So Jonas now sitting up on the outside with the Hibana here. I think just with the setup that we have on Penta, the biggest difference is that they have Fabian on the Twitch instead of having him on the Capital like we saw before. So it won't be a standard hallway crackdown, basically.
I liked what they did. It was just too late in the round. You know, that's what you want to do. Having Pengu push that side, the Ash pushing the back tower is always what works well when you have a pinch from the front side pushing Laundry. So they have the right setup. They just didn't have the time to pull it off. So the question is, will they be able to pull it off now that Fontt has changed up and they're going to have way more people downstairs this time? It's not going to be easy.
No more Kairos remaining on Jonas here, playing the Habana, so won't be able to use that below. I don't think he was able to use it against the mirror reinforced wall below.
And they don't have a Capito to help with that either, so they may have to go for the grenades.
Oh, yes, he did. All right, so it's already been open. Nicely done. So all 3 have worked out pretty well. Unfortunately for Penta, nobody's peeking in to watch to get the kill on Gohan.
No, it looks like
I
think it's a spectator thing where it just shows it like it's open, because we saw just the angle from a second there from Gohan's point of view. It looks like it actually is still intact. That's why he's standing there. Hard to tell, though. It definitely does look like it's open from the spectator view.
All right, well, Jonas in control of the meeting area here and waiting for them at the back stairs is, of course, the Jaeger, Astro on Team Fontt. They don't want to relinquish that that area to Pengu like we saw in the previous round. Here we go.
Speaking of Pengu with the pistol even.
Mav's been eliminated. It's one of the roamers now taken down.
That's also a C4 off the board, which is important in defending the site.
Goga peeking in, making sure. I'm not too sure how they're not realizing that they've been droned out so many times. There we go. Finally able to take down the drone.
Oh no.
Oh boy.
That's not good because it is too far into the round here, I think. Nope.
A bomb has been located.
Looks like they're going to pull out here to be able to maybe go for a rehost here.
All right, we're going to have to get some info, waiting on production for that, and we'll let you guys know. Probably some technical issues, minor stuff that we'll be able to fix at the end there.
Yeah, definitely was looking like it might have gone in favor of Penta, but you never know. There was 3 people still down on site and 1 upstairs. Definitely not a bad position for Fontt to be in as they've continued to defend that bomb site successfully. So that could have been Fontt's round as well. So, but they're going to have a chance to kind of pause for a bit. Both teams going to pause though. Now, because Fontt have been in the momentum, this is a chance for the momentum to shift. We've seen a lot of times momentum will change when there's a break because it gives a chance to people to recollect their thoughts, take a step back, maybe not be so into your emotional state.
So you can
you can get way more objective when you're not tunnel visioned down your ADS all the time.
Now, the thing is here with the rule set, if you guys are not familiar with it, when we have this rehost after a problem, everybody has to pick the exact same operators.
Same bomb sites as well.
Yeah, and same bomb sites. So you can't just, play off of
You're
that.
like, oh, yeah, I'm going to change what I was doing completely because...
And let's disconnect.
Yeah.
Whoa.
But it does give the opportunity for both teams to recollect based off what they learned. So now, yeah, they can't change operators, they can't change bomb sites, but they can change their strategy.
Yes.
It can be a situation where we play people different sites, we play our reinforcements differently, we use our utility differently, and that goes for both attacker and defender. So it's a situation where that's what I mean by the momentum change. Fontt had the momentum there, and they look like they were doing fairly okay on that defense against, on a site that they've won every time. I think this is a great chance for Penta to say, you know what, we let them get this far. We were already ahead. We don't want to repeat what we saw them do yesterday to Millennium. Let's go ahead and try and close this out as quick as we can. Let's finally, remember what we said about Border. If they win the site that they can't win, which was Armory Lock Archives, on their overtime, which is exactly what they did, they won 6-4. They got the momentum after that. I think the same thing here. I think if they can successfully take Laundry, I think we're going to see Penta maybe do another 6-4. However, if Fontt can continue to do that, that's going to frustrate Penta.
Yeah, I see BRK sitting right in front of the crowd. They're here
cheering for the teammates, yeah.
Exactly. It's like these guys all played together on various teams in the history of the Brazilian Pro League and before that in Elite 6. So these guys know exactly.
I don't think any region has as much camaraderie as these guys do because they play not just play against each other all the time and maybe have the same pool of players. I mean, obviously these are swapped between teams, but also they play physically together 3 times a week. We can't say that for any other region.
And absolutely insane here because we spend a few days, all of us together, and we have that camaraderie as well.
Every 3 months.
Yeah, but
not 3 times a week.
We have to set that camaraderie on the side for now, though. As Penta Sports are looking to win out this overtime. It is 4-4. We restart on our first round of overtime. And a winner of this, if Penta can take it at 2-0 or 2-1, we highlight the attack round, then they will win a total of 2-0,
yeah, for anyone who
and
missed
they'll be in the final.
It was 6-4 on the previous map, which was Border.
Yeah.
So that was that puts Penta in the driver's seat here because, yeah, if they've just got to win this map. However, if Fontt win, then they've got to go to Clubhouse, which, as you said, may favor them. So they have extra motivation to win this out here and get to that map because that's their chance to get that second point they need to actually take this and move on to the grand finals.
All right, Mav's going to be reinforcing the meeting hall on the Val. Already used up one of his black eyes to probably just get some info on the backstairs of the tower. That's a usual spot that you set your first black eye in. Now through that, he's gonna fall back, gonna open up probably this doorway and just gonna throw one right outside. Nicely done, right on the red tower and fall back in. Nothing different, of course, as we saw before.
Nice cameras, though.
Same operators. This is a very similar strategy as well from what we saw.
And that's an example of something else you can't change up. They're not going to force you to throw it to the same camera spots, for example.
Yeah.
So they can set those up differently if they decide, you know what, we knew where they were attacking from last time. Let's set up a camera over on that side. So both teams have a lot more intelligence on each other. Maybe the defenders more so than the attackers because of the way they were able to rotate stuff and change up their lineup after the droning phase, whereas the defenders have cameras early on, especially if they have the black eyes. So we'll see, though, who can actually capitalize on that better. We have Goga, for example, able to find those black eyes to be able to eliminate some of that intelligence.
All right, now we have the reinforced wall that Moringa's sitting right behind, and both sides of it are reinforced. So they're going to force Penta not only waste time, but also try to waste resources on this, because Moringa can bandit play and bandit trick, basically try and remove these Kairos at the end, but won't be able to win it out this time though. Habana's going to peek in. Moringa though falls back, and this is a really great spot from Yunus. He has the advantage in this peak.
So close to seeing each other here. Moringa, I almost feel like knows he's there. It is just because he heard the Habana X Kairos go off.
All right, Astro gets one. Fabian taking him out. Or it gets taken out basically here. The Twitch no longer in use, and KS though will get the kill on Moringa. Goga rotating in from behind. He has the info from his teammates, sending in the meeting hall. Spots Mab, but unfortunately can't get the quick flick shot on him.
This is important though. They have meeting control now, and that's what they needed.
Attackers recovered the
It's looking good for the attackers to maybe make this work. They've only traded one from each other, so Bandit and the Twitch gone.
Smoke taking no damage in this one. It's a 4v4. Yunus is still alive indeed. Not too sure if still has a Kairos to play around with, or if he has used them all. Pengu using all of his charges though, and Astra is holding a very tight angle overlooking the main stairs.
Now this is where we'd expect them to start making that push downstairs. Pengu to rotate around from behind and get that pinch, and then make this happen here as they only have 40 seconds left. There we go. Go for the plant from Goga.
Oh, C4 waiting for that. Gohan a bit late on the smoke, and it actually will not hit at all.
That's great for Goga.
No C4 as well. Goga's going to run away from this, and they have control of the hatch. This is a disaster for Fontt.
They're going to try and turn it back, though, taking down Pengu, who's the pressure from behind. That's going to help a lot here so they can rotate around safely and try and flank the attackers who are just huddled up here in the lobby.
There we go. KS has a perfect angle on them. Mav and Astro realize, okay, we can't run in, and so we're going to have to go all the way through the main site. Mav, they're waiting for him to rush in, and KS will get the kill on Gohan, leaving Astro alone. KS with one more. There's still one alive. It's Mav going to run out right in front of them. KS will get taken down. Mav sprays the second, takes him out, but doesn't have enough time here. Goes in for the 1D. Goga's ready. And round one for Penta.
Okay, they broke it. They did it. They broke Laundry. Now's the chance for them to close it up, because their biggest weakness is taken off the board. So they are definitely wanting to confirm and make sure that they are at the 5-4 they intend to be, because this is a great place for Penta to be. They have the momentum now to go the other direction.
Yeah, one more round, and we saw the defense from Penta has been excellent.
Absolutely. Defending the laundry room as well. Now, they have had a few minor slip-ups on defending this.
Oregon, yes.
Yeah, but this is their chance to close it out, and they know it. They're going to be putting their best foot forward. For example, Fabian bringing the first mute we've seen of this match here. So they are looking to lock this out absolutely and move on to the grand finals.
I think this is one of the remnants of having Falco on the team.
Absolutely.
Obviously, if you don't remember, but let me refresh your memory. Back in year 2, season 1, Falco, who's playing for Millennium now, actually used to play as Penta's sixth man, and he was instrumental really to getting the victory at the end of the season.
Yeah, he got rotated in for that second round that they needed.
And he was an insane mute really to play with. And Fabian definitely has the strats ready. And we'll see how he plays this one out, because I'm pretty sure that Fontt are not expecting this at all. And we see the Brazilian teams in general, but especially Fontt, relying so much on the drones. But the drones not being able to do much because this is a laundry defense. I'm not sure how this is going to work out for Fontt.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. That worked out somewhat for Millennium because, as you said, Falco was that mute player, and we saw yesterday how he used that mute against Fontt. So I do think, obviously, Fabian taking out of that page, not only taking out of the page from last season, but also seeing it yesterday, obviously factoring into this very smart decision here, because this is their chance to win just one round and take it all.
The problem is you forfeit having the Jaeger, but when you're defending Laundry, you kind of want to have those ADSs as well, because Fontt have been so good at lobbing grenades in spots you're not really used to.
Yeah, and so they're going to have to make sure to play smart so they're not overexposed to those grenades. Obviously, the barbed wire are going to be made short order of without those ADSs, and that's something they're going to have to worry about. Although there is no Ash to take out the barbed wire with no breaches.
Here we go. Fabian on the mute is going to get taken down.
Hopefully got all those jammers down, because now he's been jammed. So he's going to have to rely on it. Again, though, like we said.
10 feet under.
Yeah. So that's why they're playing the basement, right? So like we said, though, once he's taken off the board, though, you take the IGL off the board early, that still works somewhat in the favor of the team, because now he can focus on comms, he can focus on making those calls that he needs to, using the intel. He can watch their cameras still. So he's far from out of this game.
And with Fabian being so good at giving information for his teammates and being able to analyze it very, very quickly and efficiently, means that even if he is down, as you're saying, he's still a fifth man because information is pretty much half the game at Rainbow Six Siege.
And that's not to count Fontt short, but Fontt also just now getting the hatch open, and it's already been a minute 30, much slower than they had been before. So the fact that they're playing a little bit slower is giving PENTA the advantage because they still have full control of the meeting hall, but they're not over-dedicated to it like they had been before.
Yeah, and as we're saying, you know, having the smoke on the team with Pengu means that with every second that passes, that he becomes better and better
I was almost hoping Pengu would go up and shoot those discs.
Here we go. Speaking of Pengu shooting
he's
people.
going.
Ooh, almost getting the kill there. Just a bit of damage, just scaring them off. Jumps in for one, and Gohan will go down. No more IQ. Spins the second Astro down the floor. Moringa, are you ready for this? Yes! Pengu, are you kidding me? With a third getting taken down. And the drop right below. And the shot to the face. Pengu wins it up. Nude. And here we go. PENTA, ladies and gentlemen, are going to the grand final.
Are we going to see a repeat of last year? Well, it's not going to be PENTA versus the Brazilians this time. They've got Elevate to contend with.
The analysis team is going to get on this, but PENTA Elevate, this is basically Elevate wanting revenge after being knocked out by PENTA in round one of the previous finals.
This is not the same Elevate, though, to be clear. So this is going to be exciting. I'm very hyped for these grand finals because with the performance PENTA just showed, they are going to be bringing it super hard against Elevate. And with what Elevate showed today and yesterday, they're going to be bringing it just as hard. It is going to be intense. Very happy with what I saw from both these teams, but especially PENTA. Sometimes they lost momentum, but they always got it back in the end. 6-4 both maps. 6-4 on Border against Fontt here, and then 6-4 on Oregon. Brilliantly played. I wonder if we'll still see Clubhouse, but it's not likely now that the Brazilians are out.
I'm very sad for Team Fontt, previously known as Dexterity, if you guys remember. They had the same run as well in the